Remember back when Disney announced a brand new hotel was going to be opening up on the resort? Yeah, this is D4E-Ticket news. Hey guys, so we actually only have one thing to talk about, so let's just get into it. We have been waiting kind of impatiently for the last several months for Disney to begin construction on their new 4th hotel located on the west end of downtown Disney right next to the Disneyland Hotel. Well, this week we actually heard some news on that front, and it's not exactly the most fun news. To talk about it, I need to back up a little bit because there's some things about this that we need to understand. Back in 2016, the city of Anaheim, in an effort to try and create more 4-star hotels in the Anaheim Resort area, came up with this tax incentive plan that they offered to businesses willing to build these hotels. Disney applied, and they were given the green light by the city to build a new hotel in a specific location. And in October of 2017, you may recall, Disney finally came forward and announced these new plans. We're very excited to move forward with things. Since then, things have been put into motion. The west end of downtown Disney has been closed down to make room for the new hotel. Now, the city of Anaheim says, never mind. You see, the city of Anaheim is not really excited because Disney moved the location of the hotel from its originally proposed location to a new location. How far did they move it? About 1,500 feet. It was supposed to be at the address 1401 Disneyland Drive. Instead, they're wanting to build it at 1601 Disneyland Drive, a spot that gives them a little bit more room to build and also creates a new entryway into the west end of the Disneyland Resort. Anaheim, though, says that this breaks their deal. In a letter from the city's attorney to the Walt Disney Company, they state, because the proposed site is inconsistent with the site intended, it is the city's position that Disney would not be entitled to the tax rebate were it to move forward with its current hotel construction plan. This tax rebate is not just a little thing either. According to the plan, this would have saved Disney $267 million in taxes to the city of Anaheim. In response, Disney said that the city's inexplicable delay in raising the hotel's location as an issue, despite knowing about the location for more than 8 months and participating in multiple project meetings, further demonstrates that the ongoing challenging business environment in the city of Anaheim. I know what you're probably thinking. Doesn't Disney have a ton of money and they could build this hotel no matter what? That is very, very true, but I mean, it makes sense that they're wanting to reevaluate things. In fact, that's actually even what they said. They said that they have to reevaluate the economic viability of future hotel development in Anaheim. The LA Times cited a source that said that it may be that a company like Disney now has to look at, do they instead put that money on overseas, maybe in Disneyland Paris or somewhere else? They do have the money. Very obviously, however, now they have to wonder, since we're not going to be saving $267 million ultimately in this project, would this money actually be better spent elsewhere? I love that this guy actually even mentioned Paris. Disney is already putting some money into fixing up some of their hotels in Paris, and they have a lot of other ones that also need a lot of help, so they might consider that that's going to be the better option. Although the mayor of the city of Anaheim kind of feels that it's a very simple solution. He just says if Disney wants to build a luxury hotel, they should build it with their own money. The city of Anaheim back in 2016, when they proposed this idea to Disney, was made up of very, very different people and a different mayor who were in support of trying to increase business, large businesses, in the area to the Anaheim Resort. Now, not so much. Most of the city council members are against this plan that was actually approved for 3 different hotel projects, but they don't want to pay for any of them if they can avoid it. And the city of Anaheim is even split into how they feel about this. I mean, you heard what the mayor had to say, but the president of the Anaheim Chamber of Commerce, Todd Ament, I think I'm saying that right, says that Disneyland's decision to halt development on their 4th hotel is a devastating blow to Anaheim and a direct result of the city's increasingly hostile actions toward our local economy. People have really known that Anaheim has been hostile towards Disney for a couple of years now. They're the reason that they had to put a stop to the Eastern Gateway project. even though Disney had already acquired all the land necessary and had started leveling ground and preparing it for construction, then they put the kibosh on that project. So it's like, whatever. But now they're trying to do the same thing with the hotel. And it seems very much like they're wanting to paint Disney as the villain here. I mentioned before in that letter that Disney sent that they said they knew about this for 8 months before they said anything. That's just about the time that Disney had set for the closure of all those businesses in downtown Disney. A city spokesman actually even said, "This is one of the most coveted locations for a hotel in the Anaheim Resort, and it would join nearly a dozen other hotels under construction or set to start soon in the area. All the necessary planning is in place, and we would love to see it happen. Nothing has changed on that front." So they're acting very much like, well, we don't know why Disney chose to cancel it, but they do kind of know why. Also, this is actually kind of a simple fix. Anaheim is really fixated on this one loophole that it had to be built in a very specific location. And because they moved it 1,500 feet, that they want to say, well, then you don't get the rebate at all. But actually, one city councilwoman who has been on the city council since before they came up with this proposal and is still on today, she says that it's not a legal issue, it's a political issue. I think that kind of sums it up really well. Now, I know a lot of people will like to say, well, Disney's really to blame here, they take advantage of Anaheim. But if you were to look at it, it really seems like Anaheim is trying to play them. They knew about the new location of the hotel back in October. They were involved in planning meetings with Disney, and they didn't say anything until after Disney had already made certain commitments and put things in place. And they're trying to make Disney seem like the bad guys. Also, Disney didn't ask for this rebate. It was offered by the city of Anaheim, and Disney just took advantage of it because who wouldn't? And so now they want to make Disney seem like the bad guy because they've chosen not to open the hotel, which, who knows, it might happen. That's the news that we have on this front right now. It's not looking great. It definitely has postponed the project if nothing else happens. They were hoping to be done by 2021, but it's looking like if it does happen, it's going to be later than that. But who really knows? I'm kind of going to be throwing my hat in the ring with some of the other people who are maybe a little too optimistic, but who believe that Disney will ultimately choose to build the hotel. I think that they have moved too many things forward to say, oh, never mind, we're going to back out. But who knows what might happen to the hotel between now and then. Maybe it will cause it to be a little bit cheaper, maybe a little bit smaller. Other things might be changed on it just to save money, who knows. But I think that they're probably still gonna build it, but until they actually break ground, there's no telling what they're gonna do. So now they have the whole western end of downtown Disney is closed down, and there's no plans really set in motion to do anything with it. So that's where we're at right now, and we're gonna keep our eyes on it and see what happens. But until then, now we at least know what's happening. Feel free to share your comments. Maybe you feel completely differently than me, and that's fine. There are so many different ways to look at this, and I think that many of them are valid. Make sure you also like and subscribe so you can keep up on these details about this and other things at the Disneyland Resort so we can keep track of things that are going on. Obviously, there's still construction projects moving very far forward with Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and the Marvel themed land all coming together here. Make sure you also follow us on our social media accounts and visit us at our website, DisneylandForever.com, for more updates and tips and tricks as the seasons are actually starting to change here soon as well. And well, that's about it. We'll see you actually in just a little bit for more videos. All right, bye.